Alright, we are live and well living, and we are having storms up here on the mountain in the woods, so I hope my power stays on. Let's test our volume level because yesterday I started a live stream and the microphone was not turned on. But I thought I would give us a little ambiance here. We'll turn our Hawaii picture on. Sean lives out in Hawaii, and that'll give us something to gaze at while I'm working on this. He's got a shipping container that he wants to put a relatively flat roof on. I mean, on these porch roofs, we always try to maintain 7 feet. Maybe people are wondering why they're always so flat. Well, by the time you put a 7-foot post and then your beam and the high cube container is only 9 feet, 9'6", so you get about a 1/12 pitch. But if you use metal roof with a good height on the ribs, the rib height, then you're good. Of course, this is just a porch, so. And this is all just kind of masked here. I'm going to detail it out here in a second. This thing right here was an outline for a greenhouse he's going to put there. So it's just a reminder for me. It doesn't do anything right now. But what he wanted to do first was build a wall to go in the doors here. He's going to actually, I don't know if he's going to close this door. No, because he's going to have a door in this wall. So these doors will end up folding all the way back. And I think I figured out the hinge point on these. I'm not going to worry about it right now. You got to find that exact vertex to open them. But this is good enough for now. I can show the wall in there. So he wanted help framing this up, and I think what I'm going to do, because I like Medic's his framing hatches, his textures on his studs. I was just going to draw this, but I think I'll draw it. Let's see, interior, and let's see. I forgot how tall he said the wall was. 8'9". Did I lose my wall? I guess I did. 8'9" would be, let's see, 96 and 9 is 115. Is that right? Why am I losing my mind? 96 and 9. $105. What did I say? 115. I had the 5 right. 105 inches. And our header height's going to be 82.5. And we're going to have 2x4 studs. We'll update that. And we're not going to really worry about anything else because we're not really going to have any of this other stuff. So we're going to come down here and we're going to pull this across. And I forgot to tell it was an interior wall. So let's go back and see if we can fix that. Actually, it's an exterior wall. That is actually correct. What am I thinking? Well, I know what I was thinking. I'm trying to show him how to frame it. So I wanted to just show the studs. Okay. So that's a quick and dirty way to do it. I thought we had some cool hatch on our studs. Maybe I was thinking about something else. But why is this white on there? Anyway, we can fix all that. So what we would have is shown. It's just your basic wall construction like this, where you would have a bottom plate. Now you wouldn't have to have a double top plate on this wall if you didn't want to. This is, typical wall construction, but it's not. Since you don't really have a load up here, you could do it either way. And since you have this air conditioning opening, it might come in handier if you don't have a double top plate. Top plate quantity, let's call it 1, and that shouldn't affect the height of our wall. Nope. Alright, so now what we're going to do is put a door in. Okay, we'll close this, and we've got a door, and that's going to be correct, 36 by 80, and we'll do, really on the header, I want to keep the header low profile, because let's do two 2x6s, because we got the air conditioning opening up there, and I want to see how that works out. So then we've got, I don't want the door, no door. Let's see, door, no, don't install door. We're just wanting to do framing, no trim. Okay, update that. And so we should get, there's the center. There we go, just the framing. That's what we want. Now we're going to, I wonder if we can install a little door. This would be interesting to see if we can install this opening, create a little door right there, create a door that will go up here, which will be kind of fun to experiment. Otherwise, I'm going to have to, explode this wall and then just draw it in there, which I can do. What have we got left? What is this? This is 13 inches, and this is 15 and a half. Okay, so might work out. I don't know. That's gonna be kind of funny. I think I'm just going to explode. I'll probably spend more time trying to rig it than I would if I just exploded the wall. So I'm going to explode it. So now it's just a bunch of groups. Although that needs to be exploded too, doesn't it? And what I'll do is I'm going to use I think what I'm going to do is use the top of the header as the bottom of the opening for the air conditioner. 13. Yeah. You can see we've got 2.5 inches there left over. Or what we could do is, what we'll do is we'll borrow this. And then I know what you're thinking. See, the double top plate would have come in handy. And you would be correct, Bob. But, he can do it either way. He can look at the video and decide how he wants to do it. So this should be in the middle. Yeah, and then this is, I think, 19 inches. What's funny is I have one of these little air conditioners in my tiny shack, but it's got, I think, 5 kW of heat in it. Let's see, 19 would be 9.5, 9.5, 9.5. And what we'll do is we'll just copy this over. And then move this block over. This block is just a filler, so I think I want the studs to go all the way up. And then move this over here. that over to there. And let's see what we've got now. Delete guides. We've got, should have 19 inches. Yeah. No, that's 17 and a half. How do we do that? 18, 1 foot 8 and a half. That should be 19 to the center. Yeah, and then 9.5, 9.5. Oh, I got this on the wrong side of the line. 9.5. Yeah, this goes over here. Not sure why there's a there we go. So all we gotta do is figure out what the I kinda like this, I think I'd want this. If this is 13, that's 15. Oh, that's 14 inches. So you could take a 1x4, but I think I like bringing this down. I think I like bringing this down that 3/4 and putting a 1x4 in there to make that up. Because, or you could just put block, you could just put, you know, shims or something. You wouldn't have to put a hole. That's the wrong. There we go. Because I think that equalizes the spacing more. Right. Now you've got here you've got 3 3/4, and then you'll have about the same by the time you put the door in, the trim around the door. So that's why I wanted to bring it down some to kind of equalize that space. So what I'll do is I'll send this to you. I'll set this up on a sheet, or I may just send him the model. I can get rid of this thing now, and we'll go ahead and remake a group out of it, get it where I can see the whole thing. Then what I would do is probably set it back in here at least another 1/2 inch or whatever your sheeting thickness is, so that, oh, I'm not back there, am I? That was an optical illusion. Get my axis straightened out here. Something's weird here. Oh, I'm not down on it. All these curved faces on here will screw you up on this. I'm still not down on there. I can't seem to get it down on that curve. Oh, that thing's got a slope to it. I don't think that's the case in real life. I mean, in his case, I don't think it is. It might be. But in any event, you want to be back with this. You want to push this back a half inch or whatever the thickness of your sheeting is, so that your OSB or whatever the sheeting is not hanging over. You want your siding to come down and hang over this curve, that steel channel there at the end. Now he said it was 8'9", and it may be that the model of the was it 7'9". Oh, I'm going to save this as current because I don't want to lose that drawing I deleted. That layout, because I think what it is this shipping container that I have must not be 9'6", or it may not be perfectly drawn the way it's supposed to. I think they're 9'6". That's 9'7". Yeah, 9'7". But that doesn't mean that this is all drawn correctly up here. But I'm going to double check on that, because right now it shows my top plate is interfering. You know, it would be down lower, which means this opening. So I'm gonna double check that with him. But the point what he's trying to do is frame this in and put a regular door here, and then he's just going to leave these open back there. Let's see if I have any questions. Will there be an outdoor shower? Would be amazing in Hawaii. I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not sure. He might be using this as storage. I'm not sure. It's funny, I didn't ask him. Hey Jennifer Bruce, how's it going? But now I'm going to get to do the fun part. That was not the fun part. The fun part's going to be the roof, and I had already kind of gotten started with a rafter down here. Now, and why is that doing that? Oh, I've got behind the picture. The picture's fun, but I may have to turn it off. So, one of the things we talked about was the fact that, we have this low pitch here, but we're going to have, metal roofing. So, I'm just going to draw, and this rafter is a component, so if I have to change it, let's see, and this beam is doubled. I forgot about that. This is a double 2x10. Okay. Now we're going to bring our rafters over. 16 inches times, let's try 22. 22. Oh, that wasn't enough. Five more. Uh-oh, one too many. Let's see. Well, I might want to talk to him about making that. Certainly don't want to double the end one. So what I'm going to do is talk to him about and I don't want to get too peculiar with this because 34.9.5. I don't want to. I don't know if this is exactly the right setback from the end. So I think for now what I'm going to do is just show this out here. Because I gotta change this too. I gotta change this. This ledger, this band is not going to be that tall. think we're going to try to get by with a, why does that look like that? Another 2x10, 9.25. That is 9.25. What are these? 2x8s? Yep. Okay, well, I thought I had it as something wider, so we'll just have to leave that. I mean, if you just were anal about this hanging down, the only problem is typically this angle right here is going to be longer, and if there's any kind of building inspection, they won't let you have, let's say this is a 2x8, 7.25. It's going to be right there, so you could probably get by with it. But in a normal case where we had building inspections, you can't have this thing, your band, coming up like that past the bottom of the rafter. It has to be flush, or, you know, if this roof was steeper, the angle would be longer than a 2x10. So that's what I was concerned about. Okay, delete that guideline. Well, alright, so now we're going to put our purlins on. I think I'm going to make this a group. The rafters usually comes in handy. And then I will draw a purlin. What happened to my... What? Okay. Well, that's weird. What's going on there? Oh, that's what's going on. 3.5. That's what's going on. I'm gonna delete that little line before nobody's perfect, right? I kept wondering why I couldn't get my axis on top of the rafter. See, there we go. Now she closed. Now I can bring this up 1.5 inches, 1.5, and triple click on it, 1, 2, 3, and make a group. And now I can copy these up. .24 inches times what? Times 5. It's probably going to be too many. Nope. Still need 1. Oh, that's right. I had a 2-foot overhang. I probably can just cheat this one to, well, let's go 2 feet and see where it ends up. Oh, good. What I should do is put myself a reference here. Now I don't mind this being up above that roof, because we're gonna. I talked to him about Sean about this, and our ridge cap here is going to have a little kick back down to that roof, so, which I think is not bad at all. There's our purlins. Let's check our comments. Good and you. I'm good. We had a storm. Maybe the setback is for the door to swing back. Oh, it is. No, it is. I know what the setback is for. I just don't know, you know, I don't know if my container is exactly the right size as his. So what I was saying was, I'm not going to worry about the rafter. I'm not going to double the end rafter right there without knowing for sure, you know, that the rafters would actually, you could actually go a wider spacing if you wanted to. I just like 16-inch centers. It's really strong. but so it's not going to hurt for this last rafter to be sitting a little bit more out to the end. And then if he says, well, you know, you can push it back, but I think this door, all we need is 4 feet here, but it'll depend on how far the, yeah, see, we got 4 feet, and he may have me extend this porch, which is okay. What I should have done though is I'm going to delete these. I'm going to make my purlin a component. That way, purlin. That way, if the porch gets longer or shorter, I can just 24 times 6. Oops. 6. That way I can just correct one of them, and they will all correct themselves. There we go. There. Now we would have our metal roofing. I think I'm going to cheat here. I was going to use the Medique extension. I like this shed roof. Let's see, roof rafters, and he's got a shed roof. But let's see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to steal the roofing out of it. I know what y'all are thinking. That's cheating. Let's see. Nathan won't mind. I just forgot that I could use the roof extension. Now I'm going the wrong way, but I don't care. I'll flip it around. All right, so it's going to be a 112. 112. I think it's going to be 112. And overhangs, let's see, 24. Let's see, lower, upper, no. Should be able to say 0 on that. Let's see, rafter depth, 7.25. I don't need to worry about all this. I'm just going to get the roofing off of it. Yeah, let's do this. Let's just go ahead and advance, yes. And then we will, where's our roofing? Probably have to set it whenever, there we go. So flip it around, 180. Now see, I could have used this, although I don't know why it's at an angle. What did I do? Let's do this. Since I started on the wrong end anyway, we'll just do it. Bear with me. Shed roof. I started on the wrong end. You saw me. I was supposed to start on this end. Now, let's see, 10 feet. And then we're going to go down here. 124. So it kept all my settings. That's cool. Okay. Yes. Okay. Roof cladding. Yes. I wonder why it's not giving me an option on the roof cladding. I know it will when I get ready to. There we go. Now I'm going to bring. Now see, I could have used this extension, but I was really kind of wanting to show Sean piece by piece how to do it. But see, I could have used the extension, which is kind of cool. Now, where's my roofing? Do I have the roofing turned off? That's what it is. I had the layer turned off. And that's really what I want. I want this metal roofing right here. That is not right. Let's go in there. And I've got this metal roofing I like to use. And where is it? Oh, right here. I like this metal here. Yeah. There we go. See, this is an actual metal. This ribbed metal is an actual roofing profile. Now that's a little. I don't know why it's so thick. Let's make that. Let's change that part. Let's see. I can't change. Let's see. Let's see if I can change it. I may have to go into the settings and change it. Roof cladding. Roof cladding material, roof cladding extension. Yeah, I want this to go 1.5. Out over that. I'm trying to change this thickness right here. I can probably just change it when I copy it. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take this and go in here. And we'll cut it out of that block. And I'm going to paste it up here on my purlins, and I'm going to come over 1.5 inches, 5, like that. And I'm going to change that ugly color. Okay, so we did have a oh, see, that's why I didn't set the, for some reason it wanted to make the overhang the same up here. But here's the thing, I'm just going to get rid of this now. Let's see. I'm just going to get rid of all this now. I meant to actually cut it out of there. And then I can fix this pitch. You know, the pitch wasn't exactly right, but what I can do is fix that. I can use, well, if I can get my scrolling under control, I can go right here, put this right there, and I can go up here, grab this and move it up to there. So I'm not worried about it. And then I want to change the ugly color too. Now I'm going to move this down to here. I think I can just take the whole bottom of it and push it up. Yeah, it's a more reasonable thickness, so it doesn't just look so thick. There we go. Like that. Not bad. Oh, look here, we got, now we put an overhang on the side too, but look here, we can do this. You can go in here and put a line. Come on, scrolling. And I'm just going to put it anywhere now because I can fix it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to delete that because I don't think it was on the right. I don't think it was on the face of that all the way because it was at an angle. And go up here. I can should have deleted. Let's see. I can delete all this stuff. There we go. And then we can get rid of the ugly color. I don't know. That color doesn't even exist. I don't know where that came from. Usually what I do is I'll just show everything white because and what is that about? This 255. 255. There we go. You can always count on your RGB colors. All right. Let's check our comments. So there's Richard. How's it going? Let's see. What's going on? SketchUp nerds looking good. Dinner and a movie. I'm eating lunch now. Your sound is a bit low. Okay. Well, it's usually people are fussing because it's... How's that? Is that better? We had a power outage. The power was off for like 5 minutes. I about freaked out. Thought I wasn't going to be able to do it. Well, I didn't freak out. Everything was going to be okay, I guess. But is that better? Cool. So, yeah, and I thought I was in trouble. Now, the only thing I don't like about, I think one of the reasons why Nathan makes his roofing so thick is we have this trouble in SketchUp. And SketchUp claims it's a driver problem, a graphics driver problem, and all of us SketchUp people say it's a SketchUp problem. But what it is, you can see through. You see how you can't see the purlins? Now you back up a little bit and you start to be able to see them. It's annoying to me. What I do though is if I'm going to print drawings like at that angle, I'll turn them off so they don't show through. But it's annoying to me. I don't know why I let it annoy me, but so that's that. So what we'll have up here is a cap, a ridge cap. Get rid of that line, guideline, and this is going to be a little funky. But it'll be. We're going to come down here. I think we better come down 12. I know that's going to look kind of. Well, we don't need to come down 12 on this side that far. We can come 6 this side, and then go down here. There it is. I don't know why I can't extend. Why is it doing that? There we go. I'm trying to get it out to here. And then gotta go back down there for a second. Oh boy, the scrolling. I want to hear it now. And then this will come. There we go. And you see how you see how that works. So what I usually do is, like, if I have a ridge cap, I'll make this a group, and then I'll just move it up about 1/4 of an inch. so you can't see through it because it's really annoying. Now the weird thing about this is this right here. So we're gonna have to have like a, let's see, at least an 18-inch. Let's see. This is, I want this to come out far enough to where 8. Let's see, 12. Let's see, what was that? 6 and 12. So 14. I'm going to come all the way out to 14 inches. And then I'll go down to here and then come back up to here. And then I'll get rid of that. I'm trying to create, he might not like that, but I'm trying to create a big enough flap so water won't go back under. Like that. Now that's probably a little extreme, but what you do is you'd screw it down right here on these ribs. But I think if you went out far enough like that, you wouldn't have to worry about, you know, it leaking. I don't know. He can decide how far he wants that to go out like that. And then you would have edge metal, which would come out here, and then down to, let's see, 3 inches, 3 or 4. That didn't come out far enough, did it? And then we'll run that up here. For now, I'm going to put it right here so I can see the end of the line, and I'll move it up in a second. So that'll be just some, it's just a rake trim that you put on to cover the, if you want to cover up your purlins, to give the edge, have the water lap down over the end grain of the purlins. So it does serve more of a purpose than just aesthetics. And then again, I usually just run that up about, you know, just a little bit, because it just looks better that it doesn't, that you don't see through it. And then this this would just run up until you were kind of happy. Well, you just run it to there. Yeah. But you see, that gives that end a nice clean look. If you're going to have a house, a container storage building, shed in Hawaii, you got to make it nice. You can't have some redneck looking, you know, shack like I got in my woods. Let's see, did I copy that? Yeah. Copy this, and then I'm going to drag it down here, and then I'm going to mirror it so I can use it on this end too. So I'm going to grab it, mirror it, and then go -1, and then I can just pull it over to where I'm happy with it. Get my axis locked, and then I can go to here, and then I can push it back like a quarter, yeah, a quarter, like that. And I'm not sure if he wants a Let's see if we got comments. I get my first inspections. Oh, let's see, I skipped one. Big iron. Ever use a 3D mouse? I wouldn't go back to using a normal one. I don't know. I kind of like my cheap wireless mouse because I got 5 or 6 of them. I got one in my little briefcase thing. Well, it's like a tote bag that I take this laptop on to the job site. So I got to take my computer and stuff on the job site sometimes. And it's just easier to have these cheap little wireless mouses. These are like $8 on Amazon. So if I lose it or it gets torn up, or I just keep 3 or 4 of them extra. Gotta have one when Richard comes to visit. And then and of course when I first started in 1980 doing CAD work, we didn't have 3D mouses, so I just got used to having a regular mouse. I got my first inspections Tuesday on the 40 days of rot and roaches duplex remodel, floor framing, plumbing, HVAC. I get to start the rewire. If it passes, it looks so much easier on YouTube. Yeah, renovation work is a lot harder than remodeling is a lot harder than new construction. As a matter of fact, I only do renovation work now for people who are special, because I don't like. I stick to custom new construction now. But ironically, I'm doing an addition for a lady. It's a guy we build houses for sometimes. It's his aunt, so he asked me to do it, so I couldn't say no. So let's see. The only other thing he was wanting help with was, let's see if I can get let's see if we've got like a 6-inch. We really don't even need a bolt that long. We were going to try to figure out how to bolt this thing. There's a 2-inch angle. I've actually watched videos on how they make these shipping containers. All it really is, because on shipping containers only the 4 corners are load bearing, so the roof has no load bearing capacity really at all. As a matter of fact, I've got to put post. I got to put post under this thing. It just occurred to me that mimic this. So are these components? Yeah. So what I need to do is copy. I think I'm going to make them thinner so they won't stick out so much. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to copy this back. Oops, dang it. And then I'm going to make them unique so that when I change these, they won't change. I think we're going to try to get by with a regular 4x4 here. But you can see, since I made them unique to each other, that they're all changing. These are the little tricks, the little shortcuts that make this a lot easier. And that will just go up. To there. So that's really what's going to hold it up, pretty much. The bolts are just going to attach it laterally, and that just occurred to me as I was talking about this, that I didn't have any. What I was saying was this 2-inch angle. People get this confused. I think this 2-inch angle is not load bearing. It's not really a structural piece. I mean, it will carry some load. But on shipping containers, these corner blocks, these casting blocks, and they have steel columns where they're just channeled channels basically in the corners. Those 4 corners carry the entire load of the shipping container, and then the floor has structural qualities. Whatever it's rated at, it will carry that load. But the roof is not rated to carry any, because what they do is these corner blocks stick up a little bit, and it actually puts a gap between the shipping containers when they're stacked. That was supposed to be 9'6". I think these are, for some reason, these are drawn, yeah, an inch taller for some reason. But you can see, and this is pretty accurate. There's a space. So the roof on the shipping containers isn't designed to take any load. So, and this is, a lot of people make the mistake of, when they build a roof over a shipping container, they'll just set it on there. I mean, eventually that's going to, probably, depending on how much weight you put on there, might sag. But now this Core 10 steel that is pretty thick. I forgot the actual gauge on it, but it will hold, it will carry something, I don't know, 100 pounds per linear foot or something maybe. But what happens is people start cutting windows out, and then they'll have these big openings, and then all you have is a little skinny header of a panel up there to carry whatever load you put on it. So anyway, the best thing to do is to have some structural system that attaches to the panels for lateral bracing, but not for not to carry any vertical load like on there. No more questions. What in the world? I bored everybody to death. Let's delete the guidelines. So that's that. Oh, the floor. Good Lord. Oh. Let's see. I think what I'm going to do here is go back. See, what would that be? That would be 9 feet 10.5. I lost my ability to enter the dimension. I'll try to make this 1.5 inches. There we go. That's going to be my band. And then I'm going to pull one out here. As a matter of fact, that is a block. Yeah, that is a group. That, and now we'll turn one, copy it, this thing, I think I'm going to get rid of this because it's just starting to bug me. That was the outline of a greenhouse. He's going to put on the end. There we go. Now let's start our joist. Guess it didn't matter. Let's see, 16 times, I think it was 26. Let's see it. I need to make that a component, don't I? Because that way, if the floor changes, joist then I can just change one of them. 16 times 26, I think is what it was. Should be close down there. A little short, but no big deal. I got a text to mess that up. You can't see this, but Sawyer, my grandson, is watching the video. Hey Sawyer. Hey Sawyer. That's funny. It's a rainy day here. There's not much to do outside. You can't play in the treehouse, can you? And then he has these, let's see. Oh shoot! I just realized something. I gotta lower all this an inch because of the decking. No big deal. Should be everything. One. And then I think the deck boards are, well, I know they're 1 inch, and I think they're 5.5. 0.5 should be the same. Yeah. And then I'll have that hang over 1 inch. Make group. Let's see. One inch that way, 1 inch this way, and then I could have done that down here, couldn't I? 2 inches this way. Yeah, and then it's he's going to use this no, it should have been an 1/8. Yeah, this oh, it's not Trex, it's another brand. I don't like any of the composite floorings, but you know, what am I going to do? Let's see, that times, let's see, that's 120 times, let's see, divided by 5. What is that? What is that? $24. How'd that work out? How'd that work out? Too wide, but I knew it was going to be. Let's see, what I should do is run this to here, and then we will run this back. You want to put your ripped edge near the house 1/8. You don't want to put your ripped edge out here. You want to start a whole board out on the edge. It looks nicer that way. Now what I do on our custom houses that we build, I actually run the band. I actually run especially on the stair end, or on both ends actually. Oops. We run it we run one along this edge, 90, and we actually we miter it, see. But what it does is it gives you a solid edge across there, and then all the boards are pushed back to here, and we put a joist under that. We'll put an extra joist on each end. So I don't know if he wants to do that or not on this, but the main thing is, like, if this is a set of steps on the end, it looks nicer that if you're nosing for your tread, it's not a bunch of boards sticking facing you like this. It's better if your treads for your steps look like if the steps were coming up this way, because the treads on your steps are going to be that way too. That's just a little detail you would see in custom houses. So that's our decking. As a matter of fact, I haven't even talked to him about the stairs. I think what I'm going to do is end it here, and I'm going to have another meeting with Sean. Let's see what we've got for comments. I thought you hate containers. Well, I don't want to live in one, but they're good for storage. That's what they were designed for, not for living in. They sweat too much, you know. I mean, they just, they're not meant to live. You know, I mean, I know a tall guy who can his wingspan is so far he can almost touch both sides after you frame. You've got to frame the walls in to put insulation in them. So my point about shipping containers is that if you got to frame a wall all the way around the inside of it, you can just do that and build yourself a bigger house. And I've got a video on this. I show how I do a 12 by 40, and look it up. It's 12 foot by 40, which is 4 feet wider than a shipping container. I frame it all up and put siding on it for the same cost as a shipping container. So it just blows, as a contractor, a design and build contractor, it blows my mind that someone would spend the money on a shipping container and then frame it up on the inside like it was a house, like the exterior walls. And then, you know what I mean? So you're double dutying. Because at the time I did the video, the materials were about the same, but that included the siding, because people would say, oh, well, what about the siding? Well, if you've ever had to cut windows and doors into a shipping container, and with the channels and all that stuff people do, it's a lot easier just to frame up a 12 by 40. Just frame it up like we do houses. Daniel's trying to start trouble. It all depends on what you're using it for. Yeah, there you go, Richard. I think he has a personal hate for them. Oh, here we go. Daniel's always got to be a troller. When you going to Jaeger's big? I don't know. I was going to talk to Richard's coming to see me, and I don't know. I kind of wanted to go, but I don't know. It's next Friday night. So, is my video frozen? It looks like it's. I guess no, it's not. I don't know. I think. Is that the 10th? Richard's leaving on the 13th, so we got 3.63 inches of rain in Tullahoma from 9. Yeah, that's what I was saying. We had a storm here earlier. We had a heck of a lot of rain, and my power went out up here on the mountain. And of course, I don't have my solar panels up yet, so I don't have any batteries. Well, I got one better. I'll show you I was showing this to a friend of mine. He was like, I wish I had solar power, and I said, I have a plant stand. Let me see if I can. I have a plant stand that that has a 100 amp amp hour battery and a 2500 watt inverter, but it'll only run 2500 watts. But I put my plant on top of it, and so if I had to, the problem is you don't have internet, you know, and out here in the bush, you don't have very good phone service either. So is that even one bar? I don't even know if you can see the one bar. So trying to do a live stream with one bar on a hotspot on a phone is impossible. So thankfully it came back on. What day is that party? That's next Friday night, Richard. Not this. Yeah, it is this coming Friday night. So we can try to go if you want. The only thing is it's like a 4-hour drive up there from here, and 4 hours back. So it's 8 hours of driving. I know what you're thinking. You're being awful selfish, but I don't know. I was going to try to just have a live stream, in the middle of next week, and have people come and say, tell their own stories of, James or whatever. I've got some old videos I was going to show some clips of when we, met at the NRA meetings, and we went to rallies, and we went to Iraq Vet 88 shoots, and I'd see him at all those events, and he signed the crickets for the cricket fundraiser. That was really nice. He was a really nice guy. He was very benevolent, and most people don't know it. They don't know how benevolent he was. He would, raise money for kids, for the schools, local schools, and we'd all pitch in, send toys. Richard was a really big supporter. He'd send toys, money for Toys for Tots. I thought they said it's over Sunday. Yeah, it's Friday. I thought it was over Saturday, but maybe not. I think what people are going to do is camp out Saturday night and leave on Sunday. I'm not sure how long it'll last on Sunday. So, but yeah, we can happy to drive that far. It's up to you. Yeah, we can go. We can go, Richard. I actually had a class scheduled. And then it didn't get canceled. We all kind of pitched in, and let that money go towards the Ukraine trip. So that was going to be the Masad Ayub class too. I was really wanting to take that just to say I took a class from Masad Ayub. Yeah, I've got a few pictures I was going to share since I'm almost done with this. I'll show. This was one year we were at the NRA meeting, and he challenged me to lose weight. Look, I've lost 70 pounds, and that because of James. And there's Rebecca. So, and this was the next year at NRA when these two guys were talking to me, and James comes over and interrupts our little thing, and he's like, "What are y'all doing? What are you doing?" It was really cool. These guys, they thought it was awesome. And this was one year. Look at my face. Look how much weight I've lost. But he signed the crickets. He would sign the crickets for the cricket fundraiser. And I don't know, he was just a cool guy. This was the first time I met him it was a gun rally that we went to. So, yeah, he was a good guy. I think most people don't get it. They don't get how he was a good guy. Most people can't get over their own politics or their own Most people are just have too much of a bias, to like him. So, anyway, I didn't mean for this to turn into that, but if not for Trump's flight ban, I would have been over to his place for pistol and rifle training. Yep. Like I said, I had a class scheduled when he decided to go to Ukraine. So, but I supported him. I supported him going to Ukraine. I was afraid he was not going to come back from Ukraine. I was afraid he was going to. I was afraid he was going to do a bonsai while he was over there. So, I'm glad he didn't. I'm glad he came home. I thought that was honestly. I think him coming home was the braver thing to do than staying there. That's what I think. And I'm glad he came home. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna call this a good enough drawing for now, and then I'm gonna talk to Sean about what he wants to do about steps and all that kind of stuff, and see what else he wants to do. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Richard. I know I didn't know you had lost her for a while. I didn't see that. I don't spend too much time on Twitter, or I wasn't spending that much time on Twitter. I think you probably announced it on there, or but anyway, appreciate y'all watching, and I'm gonna go try to get in touch with Sean and see if we can meet and see what else I can do to help him get this to where he can build it. Thanks for watching, guys.